Hey guys, it's Usman from Guided Growth. I've just made a call with one of my clients and he was extremely stressed, telling me how he's not been able to close the client that he's really been wanting to close and been wanting to work with. So he just was sharing his loss with me. He was sharing how he's just been speaking with someone, not managed to close them, and he was feeling as though that opportunity is now gone, and he was almost feeling as though there's no more opportunities coming his way. And I wanted to I spent a few minutes consoling him, and at the end of that call, the outlook of what actually happened there very much changed, because his outlook was very much all negative. I've just lost, and I've not gained anything from that experience on that call. And I think back to my days as a salesperson now. I've been doing sales for well over 12 to 14 years. I think about even back when I used to work at a call center, and even when I worked at gyms selling membership. But the one example that really came to me was when I worked in Sheffield at a big health club. I remember we had these big sales targets. There was a massive pressure on us to perform every single month. As soon as you hit the number at the end of that month, it's again, you get a fresh number again, and you've got to climb back up to get all those sales again every single month. And at times, you'd spend an hour and a half with someone, with a prospect. You might have been calling them before, you might have been handling inquiries over the email with them, you might have spoken to them for weeks on end trying to get them down, and then you've not managed to close them. The one outlook that I had that was ingrained into me was, if I've not managed to close a lead, it's my fault. And when I tell that to many people, they think it's so negative. They think you're being so hard on yourself. That's such a bad outlook. But for me telling myself it's my fault and holding myself accountable is how I improve. I improve because I tell myself I should have done better. I never would slag off the customer. I would never say that customer was not wanting to do it anyway, because they came down. They clearly were wanting to join. I didn't do enough to get them. And the fact that I didn't do enough was always a reflection on me and how I could improve. So then when I spoke to this client of mine on the phone, he has an online training business. He's only just started. He's only 3 or 4 weeks into it, and he's not used to rejection. He's actually a personal trainer. The sales came very easy to him because the gym used to hand him all the clients over. So he never did much sales. He thought he did, but he was never actively selling. When I actually covered the loss with him, I said, why did they not actually take on your services? He felt as though it was too expensive. I answered back with, well, you didn't show him the value. And a lot of the times he wanted to hear from me that customer didn't want to do it. But I told him that customer would have done it if they knew it was important enough for them to do it. So we went through that journey of understanding that he has to hold himself accountable. It's for him to understand that loss and how he can learn from it. Turns out when we went and understood that call that he actually had with that customer, with that potential customer that he never closed, it was he never knew much about them. He never actually asked them all the relevant questions. He never knew enough about their goals. When I said, does he have a partner, this client of yours? He didn't know. Where does he work? I don't know. What does he do day to day? What's his routine? I don't know. So I said, what did you focus on? You very much focused on the services that he's selling. He did not focus on that client. So in this specific scenario, there was so much more he could have done for that client to close them. And when I broke that down with him, the outlook of the call changed, because now it's a learning experience. And that's the biggest thing. It's a learning experience. I feel like I've only got to where I am today, and my business is only growing at the rate that it has been growing at because of all the failures and me holding myself accountable constantly throughout the years. So if you've just suffered a loss and you've not managed to close a lead, hold yourself accountable. Tell yourself you have to improve. Pick apart that call. See what you could have improved on that call. Be passionate and work out how you could have done more for that client, what it would have taken for you to get that client on board within your services. Because if you can truly answer the question, which I often ask, if you were 10 times smarter, would you have closed that client? And if the answer is yes, there's something more that you could have done. So After handling loss, after not closing a client, I hold myself accountable. I'm not saying that you have to hold yourself to that same degree, but that's what's worked for me. That's how I've constantly improved. I've held myself accountable every single time. And doing that over the years has meant that I can improve through repetition. So this call that I shared this story with my client, and then I wanted to share it with you. So if these stories are if these lessons and these stories are powerful to you, if they're helping you, follow, share the videos. I'm trying to grow this YouTube page. I actually want to start uploading regularly. And by you liking and sharing these videos, it would give me the feedback that what I'm doing is of worth. And I want to keep going. Whether I get likes or not, I know I'm going to keep posting. Whether I get subscriptions or not, I'm going to keep posting. Because it is the time that I need to put in. But the feedback that I get when my page is growing and the likes are coming allows me to know what I'm actually talking about is what people want to hear. So like and share. I'm trying to build this page. I'm trying to build Guided Growth. We work with online coaches. We work with gym owners. We build your entire business with you. We have such a big service list now. We have so much to offer. So click the link in the caption below. Find out about our services. Go on our website. If I can help you, I'd love to help you. Be hungry, not thirsty. Take care.